Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading today. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm happy to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. My name is Jody. I am an intuitive mentor and channel, which means it's my job to listen to spirit and provide the messages that are coming through for you. Just lighting up the stage here again. Make sure we get a good clear energy around all of these decks and the charm bowl. You can find out all about me and my services anytime at thespiritexperience.com. This is quite an extensive reading today. We are going to be looking into creating more abundance in your life. So as I said, I'm just clearing all 6 decks that are going to be used as well as the charms. We are going to pick 3 piles today together with a reveal. So I am going to actually remove all of the decks that we won't be using until your reading. Just a reminder that this is a collective reading. It's not an individual reading, so make sure that when you're listening to the reading that you are called to, that you are taking the nuggets that are resonating with you and leaving the rest. Okay, yes. So we're gonna choose here from the Daily Crystal Inspiration for you. Again, 3 piles. You. And they have asked me to reveal from this deck, so you will get an option to actually see. Thank you. There's 2. The cards from that. And we are going to just be looking into, what you've been doing around abundance in your life. There are 2 here. Both are needed, they said. So pile 3, you've got 2 of these sort of direction-oriented cards that we'll be using in this reading. They just said, it doesn't make it better, it just makes it different. All right, we've got the base for the 3 piles. Now let's see what we're going to get on this reveal. As I said, we're going to be looking into what you've been doing to create abundance in your life, how what you've been doing has been working, and how it's affecting you and your life, what you might be able to do now to create even more abundance in your life. This is clearly our first card. And result energy. So let's see the reveal here. Guru Ram Das for pile card 1, group 1. I am going to read a tiny quote from each as they've asked me to before we move into the rest of, they want this one. Pile 2. Lord Ganesh. And pile number 3. No, that's a no. Okay, that's a yes. Sekhmet. All right, look at this coloring today for this. This is 2nd, 3rd chakra. Beautiful fiery energy from all of the spreads here. All right, now let me just grab the guidebook. Angels Among Us. Love this deck, isn't it gorgeous? Yes. Or they've just asked me to read the little quotes to give you an idea. If you're not familiar with these particular angels, gurus, gods, etc., helpers, what they're about. Okay, so we'll start with Guru Ram Das. Number 27, that's a 9. It says, your spiritual practices are the key to opening up your spiritual power and wisdom. Group 1, card 1. There you go. Lord Ganesh. 29, that's an 11, which of course is a master number, or 2. Just getting to the page, here we go. The road ahead is clear. Move forward with focus and courage. Group 2, card 2. And for group number 3, 36, also a 9. 2 9s showing up for us. So ask your intuition, which pile is going to help me create more abundance in my life, understand how to do that, give me some information, give me some insight. Sekhmet, Cleanse and clear all that no longer serves you. Your slate is wiped clean. You can now start again. All right, so take a good look, and once you've made your selection, you can head down to the description, visit the timestamps to head right to your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, then you chose the card all the way to the left with Guru Ram Dass. I'm just going to take a minute to take a look at this card here, the words on it, giving you a sense of what kind of help you're getting through connecting with the Guru Ram Dass. Humility, spiritual practice, elevation. Very powerful guru. I'm just going to set your crystal direction card aside here. They're asking me to pull a charm now for this, which I think is interesting. So let's listen to spirit before we kick off your pyramid. Got the frog showing up for you. The frog. Wonderful energy. Frogs are amazing. They take steps forward. They hop forward, of course. Forward movement energy, for sure. They're saying adaptability right now to me, that word. They're saying adaptability. So we will come back to this card and we'll see what the frog means throughout your reading. This is a pretty extensive reading. They do want me to kind of give you an idea of when you could call on Ram Dass for connection. So I'm going to read from this guidebook here. Call on Guru Ram Dass for assistance with being humble and kind, developing a spiritual practice that works for you, turning up to your spiritual practice, so actually getting into it, being a good leader or teacher, removing the darkness or navigating through dark nights of the soul, knowing the best way to be of service to others, and creativity, especially with poetry and music, because of course that is what he did, right? Lots of music and creativity, poetry, etc. Again, very, very powerful. Oh, they're saying the sun. The sun on his shirt is important for you, group. Number 1, I'm just listening to see if there's anything else there. The sun is obviously the light, acceptance, moving into the light, also success energy. We are asking about abundance, creating more of it in your life and what you can do. And of course, his idea of abundance and prosperity may be very different than other people's. This is the light. You're tuning into the light when it comes to Guru Ram Dass for sure. So you've got that energy there. Any kind of spiritual practice is really going to serve you, just straight off the bat, to elevate, to step into a higher understanding of what abundance means to you and how you actually want it to show up in your life, or how you're going after it in your life. Going after it is how they wanted me to say that. Like they just said it again like that. So very interesting. Very interesting so far. Now let's just get this going. We're going to build a pyramid here with the 4 decks, the 4 other decks that we're going to be using. And I just want to take a look first at what's been going on with your abundance, what you've been doing to create abundance in your life, or maybe to block it. You know, we're just going to see what's coming up here. It feels so grounded and light, light coming from this. Getting back in touch with your light. That's what they just said. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. They want this. You can work with him directly is what they're saying, right? Like you can call upon him directly, or read his teachings, read his practices, connect just with his energy. Watch some of the things that you can watch, read things, right? If you don't feel like you want to call him directly, right, as a master on your spirit team, if that doesn't feel right to you, it's the idea, it's the light that I feel like is shining upon me. Like almost, yeah, this card is warm. This card feels warm. So you are connecting to higher light, elevation when it comes to Guru Ram Dass. Okay, 8 of Voices showing up here first. This tells me right away that you are dealing with some kind of blindfold as it concerns yourself and probably your abundance. We've got the Page of Material. You're looking of materials. You probably have some ideas about what you want to do or how to create abundance in your life, but it looks like something's been stopping you here. This is the Eight of Voices, which is the Eight of Swords in this deck, is an energy of being an illusion about who you are and what you're capable of, not being able to see yourself clearly, victimizing yourself in some way. Like you may be saying certain things in your head about how you can create abundance, what it looks like to you. This is where he's going to come in really great, helpful for you to redefine what abundance means to you and whether or not you are capable of it, it looks like here. Six of Materials, generosity, very, very connected to that energy. So the Page of Materials, you've got the Six of Materials. So maybe you have been actually being very generous with yourself, with your spirit, with your time. Okay. Giving to others and hoping to receive. That's wonderful. Group one. Whoop. Thank you. And there's our final card from this deck. Let's take a look at what it is. The Death card. So sounds like there's been a transformation that's happening. These cards working together now. I'm wondering if you've yet to get something off the ground or you feel a little bit delayed in doing that as far as it concerns money, abundance, or just feeling that sense of joy. I feel like it's like you feel a little lost or something like that. It feels like you're a little bit lost, not knowing what to do because it looks like you're having some ambition about something, that you feel the desire to create something, and it may be around money, finances, or just your service and purpose, you know, creating, feeling like you can move forward in a way that really feels purposeful and feels like your passion and your, your reason for being here. Exactly. Thank you. It looks like you've already been giving and taking and giving and taking. And one would sometimes think, you know, you're living your purpose. If that's what you've been doing, reciprocal generosity, but if you don't feel like you're receiving in that way, or you don't believe that you deserve to receive in that way, this may be a block here. The Death card is telling me that you're going to be birthing something here, because I don't mean literally birthing, but rebirthing yourself. Maybe you are literally birthing something, because that just kind of flew right out of my mouth. The Death card is a transition card. So you may be in a transition in your life. It feels long to me. It feels like this has been going on for a while. Either you've been carrying this for a while, these ideas about yourself, or this confusion in your head about what's real, like who are you really and what are you really here to do or not. I feel though, whatever it is that you're actually physically doing is like, we're getting a thumbs up for that. Yeah, like it's good. You've been doing well done is what I want to say to you. Well done. Believing that you deserve abundance in your life in whatever form, and figuring out, starting to think about, through this transition that you're going through, thinking about, what does that actually look like for me? What is it that I actually want? Do I believe that I deserve it? Or am I kind of floundering in an illusion in my head, telling myself like, this isn't good enough, this isn't enough. Like my ideas about what I'm inspired to do, or it's like, if opportunities have also been landing in your lap, noticing them as opportunities and taking them, and then because I feel like the opportunities are coming and you're very generous. You're like a beautiful light being who cares for others, and maybe sometimes you don't receive as you feel like you deserve, or you stop the receiving, or it's almost like you're not viewing it in that way. Like that's not good enough. Maybe the other person either pays you or gives you love and you do feel good, but that's not enough. You're like not equating and connecting that to living your purpose. And you're still searching for something that will make you feel purposeful. And I think what you're doing right now, because what they're giving me is like, you're actually doing a very good job. You just have to change your mind about how you're thinking about what it is that you are doing. You're not, it's like if you feel imprisoned, if you feel blocked, it's you. Oh, that's nice. Spirit. It's you. It's not them. It's you. You can get yourself out of this. In fact, I think you are. You've been moving through a transition. It feels very long, this transition, as I said. But if you feel like you're being held back, this tells me that it's you that's holding yourself back. And actually, you have beautiful opportunities, and you may already be stepping into some of those. You may already be living your purpose, right? Because your purpose isn't something that you like find under, oh, there it is, I found it. That's not how it is. Your purpose is living in a space of spiritual freedom, for instance, where you feel like, every day when I wake up and I bring this to that person, or I give somebody a hug, or I, et cetera, where I'm giving and receiving in balance, this beautiful generosity energy, that's enough. I'm living my purpose in this moment. Even if you don't know what comes after this transition, which we'll see what comes with, with the cards here, I feel like you're doing actually a great job, group one. This is going to help you realize that for yourself. A spiritual practice, really connecting with the light, really connecting. And it doesn't have to be in like a woo-woo way. Whoa, my God, none of that. It doesn't have to be like that. The light is best observed when grounded, because you are a physical being. So I'm not saying don't ground yourself and become floaty. The top three, I just heard. So we're leaving this one and taking these. Correct? Yes. Okay. We're going to see now just how this has been affecting you, this energy here. Because like I said, I'm really feeling like you've been going through a long transition with this death card, and you're waiting to sort of rebirth or have these understandings or these insights. And obviously Ram Dass is going to help you, the energy of him, what he's come to do, being creative, and just like, look at the color, right? It's such a beautiful second chakra energy. Move you right up into an action-oriented or fire energy. Let's see what we have under here. Yes, look at this, the Six of Wands, the Six of Clubs. And you've got this kind of triangulating or coupling these two cards. As you see, we're going to build this beautiful, abundant pyramid. So you're meant to shine here. This is a balanced energy, and it's also a fiery energy. So these opportunities are meant to help you come sort of into the spotlight of your life, to feel like you are, to stop believing this stuff, coming out of the victim mode and sort of stepping into the spotlight. I feel like you get twinges of this energy sometimes, and maybe you don't know what to do with it, or maybe these negative thoughts kind of come in and tell you, no, that can't be it, or no, I'm not allowed to whatever, or no, I can't label it in that way, or you judge yourself about it. But the opportunities, your ideas, what you want to do here, those little sparks, especially if they're around business, money, things like this, your prosperity, your abundance, they're good. Like, they're really good. And they're meant to show up, to balance out your life and to help you kind of come into this. They keep saying it like, come into the spotlight of your life. I love that. Let's see. Oh my gosh, oh my God. Another six, here we go. The Six of Hearts, more balancing energy for you, group one, with the Cups energy. This can be a nostalgic type card, balancing out your emotions, looking back to see how far you've come so you can stop telling yourself these kind of ridiculous stories that are not even true. I know it might have been hard for you. You might have been going, as I said, through this longer type of transformation, transition energy. The Death card can be painful, right? The Death card is rebirth. It is painful. Think of, well, here we go. Exactly. She's got like a moth here, but it's the cocoon energy, right? That is a painful experience, but then freedom. This asks you to take what you've done in the past, especially as it's connected to this feeling of complete generosity, open-heartedness. You're already light. And I literally physically mean you're already divine light. I mean, we all are. Some people just naturally kind of shine, and they want what's best for others, and they give from that space of love. They want you looking back for all of those times and telling yourself the truth about that, because you're already doing it. It feels to me that you're already living your purpose, and you're going to shine even more brightly when you believe that, when you understand that there's not something else you have to do. There's not something special that's going to all of a sudden go, oh, now I'm worthy. Now I'm deserving. Now I'm okay. You're already taking the hops. Oh, the hops. You're already taking the hops forward. You've already been doing it. So take a look back and fill your heart up with love for, like, pat yourself on the back for what you've been able to already accomplish and do, especially if you have been going through a difficult time. It's almost like the abundance is right there, but you just got to rip this blindfold off. Okay. Oh, I mean, can we? We cannot make the, what is happening? You gotta love spirit. Wow, what a crazy, okay. And they toss those out. You know what? I'm just gonna show you this deck so that you know these cards are not on top of each other, right? Like, because we got 3 6s. Remember how they popped out? They said, show them the deck. So I'm gonna show them to you because this is uncanny. Obviously, group 1, I'm gonna show you. Obviously, 6s are a major message for you, and you need to remember that moving forward. It means abundance when you see 6s. Abundance, balance, abundance, prosperity, abundance, abundance, abundance when you see 6s. This card here is the 6 of spades, balance. It's a swords card. So it's a transition, safely moving you through this beautiful transition, doing what you've been doing. It's like your generosity has been recognized. So if you think for 1 second spirit has not recognized, or think you witnessed is how they want me to say it, what you have been doing and are not helping you to transition out of that, entirely wrong. We are going to see what is coming up here, but wow. I mean, I feel like I have goosebumps all over. This is not usual for me. They're all over my arms. I can feel them. They're tingly. This is insane. Let's take a look at the deck just so that we understand. These cards are not in order, by number. There's the other 6 just randomly in the middle. So for this to happen, you're being sent a major message, group 1, that 6s are so important. Balance is headed your way. Beautiful love. It just feels like, they're saying the lovers, Jody. The lovers card is card number 6. Even though we don't have it here, I mean, this is a nod to that energy. This is loving yourself, being in harmony with yourself, being in harmony with your relationships. If you've been going through a difficult transition with somebody in particular, the balance is almost here. They're going to help you transition. Take a look back and see what's filled your heart. You're doing such a great job. Step into the practice because it will help you with the transition, the elevation piece. Yeah, it's an ascension point, they just said. I was wondering about that. It's like this feels like you are ascending further into the frequency that you're meant to be in, the light frequency that you're meant to be in. You may be a light worker yourself, okay? This is wow. I'm a little in shock. The goosebumps have subsided, so let's move on to our next sort of tier here. What can you do with this? I mean, we already have an idea here that things are balancing out for you. I'm trying to be a little, because we've got this set up here. I asked them several times, is this how we want to stack these cards in this reading? They were like, yes. This? Yes, okay. So let's take a look at these cards. Okay. Prince of Discs, which is the Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. Reliability. You've got this showing up in the reverse position to connect these 6s here. Now, I'm just going to listen for a second before we flip this card. The Knight of Discs is... They're talking about how you may feel like things are not moving. The Knight of Discs is the slowest moving knight. It's the grounded knight. One step at a time, at a time, at a time. They said you may be quite graceful, actually, taking your steps. So it's almost like, they're showing me like a ballerina on her toe. You know, how they go up on their toes and then... you're moving forward like that. You look beautiful as you're doing it, or you look graceful as you're doing it. But you're not running. And when this card shows up reversed, yeah. I mean, I think, first of all, they kind of want you to maybe allow yourself to honor whatever's gotten you there. So the organization that you may have had to put in place, or the keeping with a schedule, especially around, if you have a spiritual practice already, then wonderful. If not, I would create one in a schedule. But they're also saying that because the card's reversed, they would like to see you break out of that a little bit, maybe to have some fun, because of all the balancing energy with these sixes. It's like you can't just always be in the schedule moving forward. Sometimes the ballerina, thank you, needs to spin. Sometimes she needs to leap, right? She's moving forward on her tiptoes all the time. It almost feels like a bit of an anxious energy. And so, yeah, I'm asking why are we getting this card in the reverse position? If we want them moving forward, what can they do, right? What can you do? And you've already been moving forward at a steady pace. That's how they're making me feel. So they're giving us this card in the reverse position because they want you to honor the schedule that you've been able to keep, or the pace you've been able to keep. And they're showing me that ballerina sort of leaping off her path and onto the grass and having some fun and doing some twirls and leaping down, and then kind of grounding herself again. And then she gets back on the path and continues to move. So use the path and the steady movement as the practice, right? To allow yourself to continue to ascend. But things need to be balanced from here on out. This should be the natural effect because it's just tripled, magnified numbers here, magnified sixes, massive sign for you of balance, of abundance. So things should be balancing out, and you're going to feel this state of being able to play more perhaps. And please feel free to do that. Please. You got the 8 of discs, again, in the reverse position. These cards are not super unsimilar. I don't even know if that's a real word, but they're similar to each other. The 8 of discs is, look at this. Oh, yeah, I know. I got to lift it though, Sphere. They're saying the word loyalty looking at this animal. Looks like a dog, could be like a wolf energy, I guess. They're saying loyal. So you have been loyal. You have been loyal. And we're getting this reverse. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of doing the work that you need to do, doing the research if you need to do it, really putting your head down and sticking to the plan and learning whatever you can. And it feels like trying to help, being really generous, etc. Again, they're saying because we're giving it to you reverse because there is a balance between being so grounded and having your head all down all the time and looking at the path and forging forward, that it can become, they're showing me the word mundane, but it like too heavy. And that's why you need the light. You need the practice to return you to the light, okay? Because you've already got this going on for you. So again, don't spend all of your time like with your head in a book or constantly like taking care and staying, doing the schedule and dedication, being dedicated to whatever it is. And like, that's going to be way too mind heavy for you right now. To welcome in more abundance and welcome in more light is what it really feels like to me. You've got to be able to create that balance. I mean, I don't know how else they could make it any more clear with all these sixes. There's a transition that's happening. They're helping you through it, but they need you to do your part, which is, yes, return to the light, come out of your head and get the practice going so that this ascension can feel more smooth for you. And also, any kind of rigidity or I have to do this or I should do this or this victimized mindset or lying to yourself about what you've actually been able to accomplish and do and how beautiful and generous you are doesn't work anymore. There needs to be a beautiful balance of play and fun, and it just feels like flow. as well as the schedule and the thinking parts and the diving in and the dedication piece and the reliability piece. I'm sure, without a doubt, Group 1, that you are probably a pretty reliable person. If somebody needs you, you're there. If something happens, you're going to show up. But you also need to be able to flow and have fun, and they want you to do that now to create more abundance in your life. You're so light already. This kind of stuff is going to keep you weighed down. It hasn't been balanced. It may be creating the negative thoughts because it can be, like they're giving me that word again, mundane. You can get sort of wrapped up in it and feel like a low vibe. So get the spiritual practice in place because you are in an ascension. You're transitioning out of this kind of what had to close, what had to die, death energy, transition energy. They're helping you to transition, create more balance. You've got to do your part, which is not getting lost on the physical plane, doing the things, being on schedule, being in your head, never spending time just going, let's feel into what we want to do today. We don't have a plan. Let me see what I feel like I want my practice to be today. What's going to bring me the most light? When you literally, it's like literally, it keeps showing me a path. So maybe you walk on a path or run on a path, maybe you bike on a path. If you're going out and like walking on the same path every day or doing the same thing every day, they're telling you, get off the path sometimes. Sometimes explore off the path. This will create a beautiful balance. And of course, do that as your intuition guides you, right? It's like follow the light. That's what they just said. Follow the light. Maybe you want to try a new, maybe your spiritual practice is a yoga practice because that's big with Ram Dass. Maybe you're doing Kundalini yoga and your light, if you ask your light, or if they want me to say light instead of intuition, if you ask your light, it says to you, we want to do something that's lighter or more fun or that's more flowing. We don't want to do this anymore. This doesn't feel so aligned for us. Maybe we'll come back to it another time, but and that's what they're looking for, you to reconnect to your light. Stop boxing yourself in with these crazy thoughts that you're just not worthy or that can't be me or, negativity around what you've been doing because you've been doing wonderful. It's time to have a little bit of fun and balance that out. It's going to bring so much beautiful abundance into your life. I can't even wait. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. If this is happening to you and this is resonating with you, let me know. All right, we're picking this final card for the top of the pyramid here. Sort of a result, outcome, guidance. What are we looking at as the result of this? If you can take the measure to create more balance on the physical plane for yourself, is, you are the vessel, right? Spirit, you've got co-creation happening at all times with spirit, but you're the one living your life. I mean, you're going to have so much help. The Three of Pentacles. This tells you that the result of giving yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of flow, not having to feel so, it's like sort of, it kind of feels like a stern energy or weighted or responsible. It just feels like responsibility, really. Not that I'm telling you not to be responsible. It's just also be light, right? Also be light. The Three of Pentacles, and isn't that such a cute card with the unicorns? Look at them. They're all helping each other. They're helping each other build this beautiful temple, etc. And I just wanted to make sure you could see that. The Three of Pentacles is all about group work, often toward a specific goal. And the Pentacles here, if you've had some opportunities that have, again, money to do with it, work opportunities, or opportunities to build something on the physical plane or that are aligned with your purpose, it looks like giving yourself time to transition and feel the balance is actually going to create a beautiful opportunity for you to work with others to build something wonderful. Yeah, they said this is just the start. What? Lovely. Oh my goodness. Group 1, wow. This is a powerful reading for you. You are closing out some sort of long transition that's been going on. Spirit is helping you along the way. Make sure you keep your eyes out for these sixes, okay? You're in an ascension point. Let's take a look at what's coupling this beautiful little, you're hopping forward for sure. No wonder we got the frog. For a last piece of advice from Spirit for you, Group 1. Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. Interesting. That's an interesting pull. I'm just listening. It's to do with this first line. It feels like the balance gets affected if you don't set the boundaries. You can absolutely buy some of this, or any kind of grounding stone will help, especially if you're in an ascension point and you're looking to elevate and connect with even further into the light, right? You're gonna wanna make sure that you're also grounding yourself in your body, in your life, in your transitioning, right? So you're definitely gonna wanna do that. I would definitely pick a grounding stone. They said, however this hits you, it's correct. So if you've been feeling like you've been trying to work on a relationship that you have with somebody, or with yourself, or you've been your generosity has been taken advantage of, for instance, okay, in this process, because it really feels like it's connected to this first line here, this boundary energy. So if that's you, you'll know, they're saying, exactly where you have either started to work on setting the boundaries, but maybe you've been wavering a bit. Maybe, your mind's been tagging you and saying like, oh yeah, but you have to do this, or you're supposed to do that, or you should. That's this card, right? Or you can't take that because of this, or they're expecting you to, you'll know. And the frog is coupling this card, So it's like, if you don't set the strong boundaries, loving boundaries, healthy boundaries. You're not doing that from a place of rage or anger, right? Or resentment. You're doing it by taking responsibility for yourself, not victimizing yourself anymore. Caring for yourself, loving yourself, recognizing what you've done, what you've been able to do, allowing yourself to start shining, allowing yourself to have some fun. This creates a massive amount of abundance in your life. It feels like it's going to be hard for you to hop forward without the boundaries. They're using the word strong here. Take that as it's resonating with you, right? I feel like you may have already started to work on this in some area or with a certain relationship. So just know you're on the right track. And as long as the most important message here, obviously, is the balance message with these sixes. And the balance is going to be created because you allow yourself to flow, to return to the light and transition easier through a practice. Right? It allows you to actually reconnect with people in a very beautiful way that helps you kind of build something together. Teamwork, collaboration. You guys get to learn together. Yeah, exactly. Even more, this is just the start. Remember, they said that. So even more abundance will be created as the result of you allowing yourself to set some good boundaries, have some fun, keep the schedule, but do it in a balanced way, and trust spirit to transition you. Trust the master, right? The guru, to help show you how to easily transition out of this. Because you're doing such a beautiful job, and it sounds like you have been for a while. And you deserve some lightness, some flow. You deserve to reconnect. Really feel that and to hop forward. So don't be afraid to set those boundaries from a loving place. Well, group one, I hope that this reading served you. Such a powerful reading with all these sixes. Make sure that you're on the lookout for those as you move forward. Every time you see them, it's balance and abundance, balance and prosperity, right? Make sure that you've done something for yourself. Make sure that you've done something that made you smile or that allowed you to have abundance and balance in in your daily schedule, etc. I hope that this reading served you. If you found it helpful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below. And if you know someone else that might find it helpful, you can share it with them so that they can receive the messages that they need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time that I post a pick a card reading, you'll be notified. Thank you so much, group number one. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, then you chose the middle pile with Lord Ganesh. And I'm just going to move your daily crystal inspiration card over to the side for a little bit of guidance and direction at the end of your reading. Let's take a look at this beautiful card that you chose and get a little bit of the vibe of Lord Ganesh or Ganesha. I'm going to call him Ganesh. Remover of obstacles. Clear path ahead. So, yeah. if you're looking to move ahead swiftly, quickly, new beginning energy, this is your guy. Okay, he will literally remove any obstacle that would block your abundance or you being able to create your abundance. And what they said is, we're going to need you to show up here, which means you are probably going to have some aligned actions to take or some intuitive, inspired action to take as he's doing his job and doing his work for you, kind of making it easier for you to move forward or to see the path forward. Now, they've asked me to read a little snippet here. You can call on Lord Ganesh for assistance with shifting any stuck or stagnant energy, anything in your life that has plateaued, space clearing, chakra clearing, controlling your desires, habits, and thoughts, new starts, and anything relating to arts and sciences. He's a lovely energy to work with. We're going to start by pulling a charm. Yeah, the path forward, if you're looking to create a higher level of abundance, feel aligned with a higher level of spiritual abundance as well, I mean, things are going to be, becoming a lot, they're showing me the word easier, a lot easier for you coming up here, group number 2. So let's pull a charm to couple this card here over to the side. Okay, this is the puzzle piece charm that you are receiving. This means, you are definitely going to be getting the pieces to the puzzle, and you're probably going to be, like I said, more easily able to see them because you've got Ganesh working on your side. You can call upon him. You can align with his energy. You can step into the knowing that he is serving and helping you on your team. He is a Lord. He is a master on your team right now, helping you through. Showing you it's like giving you the little snippets, the little nuggets, showing you the puzzle pieces. How do I get around that? How do I move that? Let me clear that for you. You thought that wasn't going to work, but now it does. Surprises, etc. That's the vibe. It feels a little bit fast-paced to me. I wonder what we're going to see here through building this beautiful pyramid that we're about to build with these decks. So we'll start with the Muse deck here and build the base. We're looking for 4 cards, what you've been doing. Okay, here's 1. The 2 of Inspiration, which is the 2 of Wands in this deck, showing up here reversed. Okay, so you may have been confused around what to do. Hence, Lord Ganesh is coming in to help you. You will be getting the puzzle pieces soon, so that's good. Yeah, little by little, they said. And it really feels like they are going to need you to show up here, group 2. 3, wow, look at this. The 3 of Inspiration in the reverse position. So 2 and 3 of Wands here. Butting up against each other, going like, I'm not sure what direction I should go. Maybe you've had a multitude of choices, or they just said that you're stuck pondering them. It's like you're not trusting that you're going to know or you're going to see. But I'll tell you what, if you're listening to this, okay, clearly you're going to be able to see soon which direction is the best direction for you. You've got to ask and open up. Yes. Wow, look at that. Muse of Emotions. This is the King of Cups in this deck. I feel like they're saying that you've been taking care of yourself. Yep, you've been so lots of self-care or really trying to make a change in your life, loving yourself almost. Yeah. It's like, I feel like you've been really trying to do that. Not only to balance your emotions, right? Because cups are all about water, emotions, but to set a new standard, thank you, for yourself in your life. So well done, you. And you're kind of still like, but I don't know where this is leading me. I don't know where I'm supposed to go with this. I'm just going to start with myself, which is it's the right thing to do, right? Start within yourself. Woo! Look at that. The world of which is the world card. The world cosmos is how she has it here. And it's upright. So yeah, you've come to a point of completion, and now it's really time for a new start. And he's going to help you right along the way. Group number 2. What have you been up to? I love that you're loving yourself more. If you haven't gotten into that quite yet, or you're just beginning it, just know that it is the right thing to do, that this is going to allow you to actually complete a larger season or cycle. They're actually showing me the word season. So season, that's a longer period of time of life, basically, like chunk of life, a chunk of your life. Maybe you've realized that when you're either giving to everybody else, or not having boundaries in place, or when there's nothing left for you, it doesn't serve anybody. And I think that you've either realized that, or are going to realize it, or are starting to realize that. Okay, so please know that if you have not begun the self-care practice, then by all means, start now. Because it's going to help actually you recognize the puzzle pieces even more, and your path will even get further, easier. It will be easier, cleared. Not only will you not feel stuck anymore and not knowing what your future looks like, because that's what this is saying, right? It's like, I've got choices, I think, but I'm not sure which one to choose. I feel stuck or confused, and it's because you're not in touch with yourself. You haven't been loving yourself. You may have been just giving out your spark all the time, and you're depleted. And so please, please, please become a leader of your heart. Become a leader of your life. Become a leader of your energy, of your body. Fill your cup first, and make sure you've got a few of them, so that if you do need to give, it's not a problem. You're actually doing that with a compassionate, loving leadership quality, because that's what this is. You're showing, by how you're treating yourself, you're showing others how to treat themselves. You may have started doing this recently or been into it. Let's say you've been doing it for a while. You have completed a season or cycle. They're saying a season though, so I really am tempted to just keep using that word. This tells you you've made it. Success. Well done. Okay. And now we're on to a new path. Now we begin. Let's begin again. So even if you've been unclear about how to create more abundance in your life, or where you're going to find that prosperous energy, it sounds like you've actually found it within yourself, or you're going to. And this is a massive point of realization that completes a cycle. They needed you to understand that. And then you're here, right? And then you get to accept this kind of help, where it's like, oh, all right, so this is just easy. Now, let it be easy. Right. It doesn't have to be all in upheaval. Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be stable. Let it flow. Like balanced emotional space. You're not, the drama isn't affecting you in the same way. It's just because you've closed out some sort of cycle. So I would say, if this has been bothering you, group number 2, I'm not sure what to choose. I'm not sure where is this going? I am sure that I need to take care of myself. I am sure that I want to love myself more. I'm not sure where all this is going. Let's get some more information for you, of course. But I would not worry about that. You're doing the right thing, because this understanding here, this whole thing, these two coupled together, you had to not know so that you could refocus on yourself and start loving yourself to like the umpteenth degree. And in doing so, you're actually have become a leader for other people, or will become a leader if that's what you so choose, of how other people can love themselves, how they can give to themselves, and make sure their cups are all filled so that they can then give to others. And this was a huge understanding, and I think your spirit team really needed you to get there. Let's see how what's been going on here has sort of been affecting you, maybe your mind or heart center. Just get a little more information here. Been affecting your abundance, right? So I know it kind of feels like having to take the breaks that you either are taking or are going to need to take for yourself. Your mind can really play a number on you here. Like, well, if you're not doing something, then where is this leading? Thank you. Yeah, we've got a 5 of diamonds here. Okay, thank you. So this is change, and it's also a very painful mental card in the tarot, right? A 5 of swords is, it's kind of anguish is the word they want me to use, which is interesting. I don't know if I've ever described that with that word. Mental anguish. Thank you. So yeah, this is clear. That's why I'm saying, they're telling me, you know, not that it's not for nothing. Like, obviously we go through things in our head, etc. But your path is going to become clear. The puzzle pieces are going to be coming. But if you stay in this kind of mental anguish, to use Spirit's words today, and conflict, you know, like my mind is in conflict. I need to know. I need to make a decision. I don't know which way to go. I'm not really sure. I'm unsure. If you stay in that place, you are actually blocking yourself, which is why at the beginning they were saying, like, we're going to need you to show up here as well. Wow, look at this. 5s, 2 5s. Oh my goodness, excuse me. These readings today are very interesting. This is the 5 of Pentacles. This is the 5 of Swords. So funny, I was talking about it, and I guess I was just ahead of the game today, I guess, Spirit. What? They're like, ha, 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 Jody. Okay, mental anguish. 5 of Pentacles is around money. How am I going to make money? And just having the key, not being able to see it because you've got your, like, your head down, and you are in a lack mindset, essentially. How is this going to affect me financially? And the 5 of Swords comes out as I was talking about it, the anguish around it. But because they're connected here, thank you, and not here, which is nice. I know I'm sorry if this is a little confusing. This is the 5 of Pentacles having to do with grounding energy, money. It can be around financial loss. So if you've taken a financial loss because you haven't chosen or don't know the way forward or can't see the path forward or are trying, but it's just not making the kind of money perhaps you want it to make, etc. Just know that is going to change. You got the change card. 5s are around change, and now you've got 2 of them. What I was speaking about was this card, thinking it was this card, and then they gave it to me, thankfully, so that whatever, Spirit. 5s are clearly very important for you. A 3 plus a 2 in Wands is a 5. You get a 5 here, you get a 5 here, you get a 5 here. This is numerology for you. If you start seeing 5s, know that it is a sign that Ganesh is with you, and there's a puzzle piece coming, is what they just said. If you start seeing 5s, changes are happening, and they're going to be alerting you to a puzzle piece, a nugget of information that you need. Staying in the mental anguish, that's what they were saying before, remember, okay, is not going to serve you at all. If you've started to care for yourself, if you find yourself in this conflict in your head about, is this the money? Is this going to make me money? Which way do I go? Or is my foundation going to be okay? When am I going to know? If you're doing that, come back to this beautiful self-care, because that is the lesson they're looking for you to learn and understand, which just widens up your path to abundance. Almost immediately widens it up, which is just beautiful. Okay, so 5s are a sign for you here, group 2. If you see, remember what, they just want me to repeat it again. If you see 5s, a puzzle piece will be coming shortly thereafter. All right, and we've got this final card here. Yeah, okay, the 8 of Spades, which is the 8 of Swords. This card is, again, all up in your head. Sometimes they said get real. Ooh, oh my gosh, that was kind of harsh, Spirit. Get real, they just said. Get real. Get real. Just listening a little for a second. Get real. I mean, the eight of Swords is oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. So, I'm working with this Prism Day Deck, and it's interesting because the bicycle decks themselves, or the card decks like this, the playing cards, they can kind of have a bit of a different meaning. This card just fell, and I'm just going to look at it. Queen of Clubs. Do we keep it? No, but it's notable is what they just said. It just like kind of flew off. I put the deck down to the side, it kind of flew off it. I'm wondering if it's answering my question about the get real. Okay, thank you. No, but it's notable. So I'm going to read it and we'll put back in the deck for you. The Queen of Clubs is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very practical, beautiful, nurturing, comforting leader. She brings things to life, but she's practical about it. If there is time that needs to be taken, she has no problems waiting and doing the work and taking the time because she knows what's going to grow. She knows her capabilities. And you may be in an illusion because this card is about like an illusion in your mind about where you are or how long it's going to take you to get somewhere, or the turnover is what they just said, the turnover. I don't know what they're referencing there, but if that makes sense to you, it makes sense to you. So you're in an illusion about the turnover, or you're in some sort of like, it's like a false sense of reality, which is why they're saying get real. And I believe it's if you've like started something new and you're looking for it to grow, or you're looking for it to be abundant, right? It may take some time. That's why they're saying get real. Like you are just closing out a cycle here. You want to be grounded and take the puzzle pieces as they come, because they're always going to be coming in the exact right time, in the exact right moment, not a moment before, then you need it. So wanting them or thinking that you're somewhere where you're not yet is not going to serve you. Just know you can step into the queen. You can step into the queen energy. When you start taking care of yourself like that, the queen, you're grounding yourself in your body, and you know what you deserve and what you're creating, and you're willing to put the practical pieces in place and do it right, is what they said. Jesus, they're being kind of stern with this energy right now. Get real and do it right. You know, you don't want to rush through it, is how they're making me feel. And you're going to be, as I said, continuing to get the nuggets coming through. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at what you can do about it now. We're using the Field Tarot for this. Let me just spin that. Okay. Very interesting. Again, reminding you about the fives. Lots of numerology in these spreads today. Okay. 9 of Cups in the reverse position. This is I think why they were being stern, although it's not. We're putting it here. Look at what you have, they said. The 9 of Cups is a fulfillment card. It's actually a beautiful, emotionally fulfilling card. And they said, look at what you have. This is, I think, a gratitude energy that they're going for here. Sometimes the 9 of Cups can be, they're showing me somebody like coping by like spending money to make themselves feel good. That's what they're showing me. They don't want you doing that. They want you to, like they were saying, kind of get real, be where you are, and understand what you already have, because it's actually already fulfilling you. Your mind may be playing tricks on you and telling you, oh, I should be here and I'm not, this kind of thing, leaving you in an illusion of what's really going on here. But you are a beautiful leader. It feels like you are a leader to me, group 2. If you're trying to grow something, just know it's going to grow, right? It's going to grow. It's not going to grow. It's already growing. But you have to be fulfilled now. That's why these 9 cups are reversed. They just said, hey, there's nowhere to go but up. They just said that. So I feel like this isn't, you're like growing something amazing. It may take some time, but interesting that they're saying like, this feels like a gratitude practice. What do I have right now? What is the nugget that I received today? The fact that I have Ganesh on my team, heck yeah, like I am grateful for that every day. If you are not wrangling, is the word they want me to use, wrangling your mind here, then remember how they said we're going to need you to show up? That's what they're talking about. They need you to love yourself fully, understand that you are an amazing, capable leader, That's what it feels like. You are completing a cycle. You are moving on to abundant, easy path forward, an easy, abundant path forward where you're going to receive the puzzle pieces. But this can totally block you. This mental anguish and this stuff in your mind. Chariot reversed. Taking this top card that was shown. It's like when they flip all these cards over, we're not meant to take them all. I've made a deal, right, with Spirit that way. It's like if they need a card to come out and they got to flip all of them out, we'll take the first one we see. So the Chariot, oops, let me show it to you. It's a beautiful Chariot card. It reminds me of the Two of Wands card, right? Like, which way do I go? It's kind of like confusing. I don't know. Which horse should I take? Right, Spirit. Which way should I go? And you're getting it reversed. Use the moon, they said. So trust your intuition. If it's not time to move, or if you're like procrastinating, or use your intuition, if there is intuitive movement, you get a puzzle piece, you know it's time to take action or make a move. If you are delaying here and going like, no, I need more. I'm going to need more of this. I'm going to need more of that. Use what you have right now. Be grateful for what you have and wait until you know when to move, and then you move. Sometimes this card, when it's reversed, because we're asking, what can you do now? Well, the answer to a Chariot reversed, what can you do now, is wait for the right time to move. Wait till you have the insight. Sometimes things take time. Get real. Move out of that illusion. It's only going to serve you to wait. You wouldn't want to take an action when you really don't have the puzzle piece yet. And then on the back end, Spirit's going to go, we don't know why you did that. You pushed through that, right? Like, did you feel like that was the right thing to do? We don't feel like you checked in with us. You've got to be in close connection with your spirit team and know, I'm loving myself. I'm returning to loving myself whenever I can as I complete this season and move forward on this abundant path. Because it's almost like what you've done in the past has gotten you to this place where you are either recognized as a leader, stepping into leadership in a real big way, where this is just your alignment, shifting the way you lead perhaps. And there's still nuggets that are coming through to help you through this kind of shift. And I think your mind's been doing a number on you. So they don't want you making moves from your mind. They want you to trust your intuition with this moon, is what they're giving me. Trust your intuition so that you're not wondering, should I take the black horse or should I take the white horse? You know, oh, my intuition told me I should take this horse. And so that's the one I'm taking. And we're moving and we're taking this step forward. It might not be that you're gearing both of them up and getting behind in the wagon and they're taking off, right? Because you're getting this card reversed. But at least you're moving forward. You're meant to be moving forward intuitively as you receive and as the obstacles are kind of going, ooh, okay, there you go. Moving toward abundance. You can tell what you've done in the past has really set you up. And this was needed. This feels like a very clear lesson that was needed. And they kind of blindfolded you here so that you couldn't see the path clearly ahead. Maybe in the past, you were always like, yeah, I know what my next step is. 100%. This makes sense. This is the next step. I know how to do this. And then you came to a place where you're like, I feel like I'm not clear on what I'm supposed to be doing. How is that possible? I've gotten this far. I made it this far. They needed you to understand this and to start just loving yourself and taking care of yourself. And again, it's affected your mind, but that's why they're asking you to show up here. Be grateful for what you have. Understand you are already fulfilled. You have what you need. And as you're open to the puzzle pieces, instead of forging forward, either rolling in the wrong direction because you're not listening to your divine self, or, either forging forward or not taking any steps at all. It feels to me more like it's intuitive, where, again, Ganesh, either you see like a clear pathway. Oh, that was, I checked on that a month ago and it was like, there was no way I could do it, or it felt wrong, or it was blocked, or it was a no. But I just checked in again and it's a yes, or it just flowed right through, or that's how you know. That's a puzzle piece that says it's safe to take that step. And that's where they're going to need you alert and aware and not listening to this crap in your head, right? About I should be here now, or blah, blah, blah. Victimizing yourself or making yourself, they're making me feel like bigger than you actually are. Yeah. Boastful, maybe bigger. It's boastful. Boastful is the word. Be where you are, be grounded, be grateful. You've done a great job. You are a great leader. It feels like you are a great leader, group 2. You're going to do something great, and it's going to create some marvelous abundance in your life. You've just got to be clear on nurturing yourself and being practical while just being completely fulfilled, instead of feeling like you haven't made it, or you're not good enough, or you're not fully fulfilled. All right, I'm looking for a result card here. Just sort of outcome energy. Is this it? Yes, not. Okay. Well, okay. Geez. Knight of Wands. And look at that cute little unicorn. I love this mini deck. You've got lizards. I'm hoping you can see that. Let's see if I can. Lizards, they said. So that's important for some reason. Don't ask me. Look up lizards. Lizard spirit animal, or if that has some significance to you. They said it's important for somebody, so that might be very specific. The Knight of Wands, group 2. What's up? The Knight of Wands you have as your result. So it's going to be in your absolute best interest to work with spirit, get out of your head. The Knight of Wands is quick, passionate, inspired movement. These nuggets, these puzzle pieces, and the right step next and the right step next are clearly going to lead to some fiery, quick energy where you're going to make some moves. The Knight of Wands is a adventurous energy where it's like, follow the passion. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. The only thing you want to be careful for is, again, being like too impulsive, not checking in with your intuition first. Clearly they're moving. They're like, listen, this is about to get real. Like, get real here so that this can get real, so that your abundance track can get real, because it's coming. It's just, we need to make sure you're solidified in the lesson. You need the help of Ganesh to remove the obstacles so you can see, oh, it's time to move forward there. Ooh, there it goes. And as you are listening and as you are working with your spirit team and working with the universe, right, to create your life, taking the steps, feeling fulfilled, it just sparks your inspiration even further, and you're just going to start to pick up speed there. So picking up speed in creating your abundant, beautiful life on this path. Wow. Let's see what we've got here for advice to close this out with this puzzle piece. I'm very interested. Group number 2. Ooh, the hematite. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Look up the use for time frame on hematite, please, because if you do have a hematite, it's probably going to be used to get you through this season, or this it's like staying out of it, of getting real and getting to a place where you feel good about it. It's not always good necessarily to use hematite. You can use another grounding stone as well. They're asking me to tell you that. Okay, anything else for this beautiful energy? Oh, they're saying you'll know, right? You'll know exactly when to use this hematite. You may want, if you have a piece of hematite, you may want to carry it around. Ask, put it out in a place where you can see it, so that you can ask your intuition and start getting really good at getting the yes or the no, or where you should put it. If you have like a bracelet or something that you can wear, or a necklace or something, a bracelet would be better. They just said a bracelet would be better. This is going to help keep you grounded and out of your head, is what they just said. Ground yourself. It's necessary to avoid this kind of energy and be in a fulfillment energy, instead of having all these cups spilled all the time, like you're not an amazing leader and all these lies, etc., or too boastful and up in your ego. That's not the goal. Right now you are working with high level energy okay, that you have worked for. You've learned or are learning a beautiful lesson about self-care, love, compassion to create even more beautiful leadership energy, to move you, to set you on a path of further abundance that, if you allow, will slowly and gradually be growing and then is going to take off. So group 2, I hope that this served you. If you found this reading helpful, then please let me know by giving me a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below if this is resonating with you. If you know somebody else that might find it helpful, then please share it with them so that they can receive the messages that they need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next reading when I post it. Also, they want me to say, make sure you're looking out for those 5s because the puzzle pieces again will be soon to follow. Thank you so much, group number 2. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, then you chose the 3rd pile, card 3, all the way to the right, with Sekhmet. This is a very powerful energy you're working with here, group number 3. Also, we had 2 cards here, if you don't recall. 2, if you do recall or don't recall. So we're going to set those aside. That is direction for the end of your reading. Sekhmet is an Egyptian goddess of war and healing. So she is a very, very powerful goddess that you'll be working with. They immediately draw me to the snake, and they said, you're shedding skin here. You're shedding a skin, or there's a transition coming. So if you can see here, the words that are connected to her that they have: fierceness, destruction, and rebuilding. Yeah, like we don't mess with Sekhmet, right? That's how it is. She is amazing. She's also going to show you how to heal if that is what you are looking for. We are talking about creating more abundance. And so sometimes in order to allow ourselves to open up to abundance, we do need to heal first after perhaps something that's been decimated, or something that's transitioned, or something that's had to be clean slated or wiped out. I'm wondering what's going to come up in your cards, but I have a feeling that you are in a beautiful, fierce energy, a fire, that if you want to, you can use this to create massive amounts of abundance in your life. They're having me pull charm first here for this card. Oh yeah, look at that. You've got the magic wand showing up for you, group 3. The magic wand charm. So you got a little bit of magic happening. They said you're in touch with it. You're in touch with this magic energy. So we're building a pyramid here. This is a bit of an extensive reading. Woo! Right away. 3 of emotions for you. We're looking at, in this foundational row, the Muse Tarot, what you've been doing here. What's been going on? What have you been doing to create your abundance? So maybe you're working with people, you've been hanging out with people, having some fun, congregating. The 3 of Emotions is actually a great card. It tells you that you've been celebrating, or you're part of a community that is amazing. So maybe, you've got other people around you that are ready to either create abundance, but let's see how the cards follow. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was just feeling. That's why I said, let's wait till we see. This is the Awakening card. This is actually the Judgment card. She calls it Awakening in this deck. This is an Ascension card, and I was feeling like, excuse me, maybe the people you're hanging around with, either something happened, or you're starting to either think differently or rise up. But this is also like a rebirthing type of energy. It's an Ascension energy. And yeah, it's going to be important, they said, to mind your ego, mind your mind, basically. Your ego, yeah, and look, as I'm saying that, Queen of Voices in the reverse position, mind your tongue as well, they just said. This kind of energy is so fiery and fierce that you really do, when you're working with her, you're calling her in, you're embodying her energy or allowing her to lead you. That's why they're warning you here. Maybe this is you've already been doing this. The Queen of Voices upright is this beautiful, intricate leader who speaks clearly and speaks strategically and sort of is able to communicate. So she's not rude about it. She's just clear. And you can hear it in her energy and in her voice, right? But she'll nurture you forward, but she's never sort of unclear about what she knows to be true. When she's reversed, sometimes this can come through as either confusion around the messages you're getting, or how they were saying it is a quick tongue. So you can, swords can cut. And so you just want to be careful sometimes to either be up in your head around this group or people around this group. If there's been jealousy or you kind of biting at people or people biting at you, and that's why you're kind of moving into a space where you're trying to rise up, well done you. We're going to get some more information for you. But with her kind of energy and Queen of Swords reversed, it's like there may be some verbal stuff going on or have been, and you're looking to rise out of that, not to be judgmental. And like they said, you're going to need to check your ego, pay close attention to your ego. I think they want that bottom card. Yeah, nod. It's a Chariot in the reverse position. Okay. We're done with this deck for now. Set that aside. The Chariot in the reverse position is like you may lack it's not the know-how, it's the oomph. I don't know how else to say it. It's like the discipline to know it's time to move now, and I've got to pull away from this. I got to stop this, and I have to rise up now in order to be able to move forward, to create what I know I'm capable of creating, to create this beautiful life of abundance, to use my magic. You're going to get some nice hits from Spirit here because you've got the magic wand. This relates to fairies. This relates to, guides, etc. Those magical beings on your team that they sprinkle just a little bit of that, a little bit of this. There you go. And you don't want to be so caught up in your ego or in your fire that you're not recognizing that, and you're sort of not being directed on the path forward the way that you want to, or so caught up in your anger and the fight or the drama is a better way to say it, that you're not able to feel the magic. You want to use that fire to ignite your awakening, to rise up, and to be able to understand and communicate clearly with Spirit and with others in order to free yourself and free the path forward. To rebuild, you see. So if something has just been decimated, or you feel like you can go no further with perhaps a group of people that you really care about, that's okay, but they're asking for you to hone that fire, that passion, that energy, that inspiration, that it's like, yeah, you've got some spark to you. Group 3, but you've got this magic available to you. And so it's like, you could burn down the whole thing, or you could use that to warm people with it, to inspire people with it. And obviously Spirit's always going to collaborate to help you do the latter. We want to inspire, we want to illuminate, we want to grow that, make people feel warm and understood, right? To help people awaken if that's the case, to create this beautiful, abundant life for yourself and to touch others. It feels like you are somebody who people want to be around, but they also may be afraid of. And we don't want people to be in fear around you when you're just this beautiful, fiery light being. The goal is to use your magic and use the magic that Spirit's going to be providing you and not getting stuck here. You're definitely awakening, right? You're definitely rising up to a new perspective on what you could be, what your life is, and what you could become. This is bringing in an abundant mindset from a higher perspective. So we're going to take a look here with the Prism Day Deck at how what you've been doing and what's been going on has been affecting you and has been affecting your abundance. This goes here. I'll just get one more here. You can see right there, that 10 of spades, a 10 of swords. That's, you know, painful energy right there. It just feels like maybe there's a rift, or it's just you're not getting along with somebody, or they're testing you. And yeah, they said that's exactly what you should look at it like. Let's see what we've got here. 6 of diamonds, 6 of pentacles. This card here is a generosity energy. So maybe you've been giving and people are not responding, or they're not being generous as well. Maybe you just feel like I always give and I'm seeing things from a different perspective around the people that I'm around, or how I'm giving, or how much I want to give, or how it's affecting me. You may really love the people. It feels like this is a good group. It's just, or a good person that you like to hang out with and you're happy to give to, but also at the same time, you're sort of, yeah, it's like, thank you. You have a bigger vision for yourself. And that's okay too. Because you're allowed to create the boundaries that you want. You're allowed to use your fire however you want, wherever you want. And that's power. And it can also be, as I said, destruction. It can also not be good. But you're the one who's in control of that. You get to choose. The 10 of spades is the 10 of swords. This is a painful ending of some sort, a completion of some sort. So that's why I said maybe something happened here where you really were ignited, and you know, you either got jealous, or I just feel like it was a time, but you know, when those points in our lives happen where we just can't help it. We either say things we don't mean, or the truth comes out in a really harsh way, or whatever the case may be. And it's just, it closes out something. Yeah. And so you may have been experiencing, you know, a painful loss or something coming to a close. Hopefully you're not holding on to it. I'm hoping, because it's helping you. It's like that needed to close in order for you to see things from a higher perspective, to be able to move forward and really start to rebuild here. Yeah. The 2 of diamonds, which is the 2 of pentacles. Beautiful energy though. I mean, all in all, it's beautiful energy for you. This is a decision card at all times. It's also a very grounded, balancing card. It's like trying to juggle, usually, the 2 of pentacles, 2s. This also could mean collaboration with someone in money. So because you've got this with the queen here, the queen of swords, and the chariot, both reversed, it's like, it makes me feel like you're unsure as to where it is that you want to invest your money, or who you want to invest it with, or you want to work with. You're sort of trying to make a decision in a way that's going to serve both parties, because you feel like you're a generous spirit at heart. But if somebody crosses you, it does not feel like it's a good thing for them. And what Spirit's saying is it might not be a good thing for you anymore. And that's why you're rising up to a different level of understanding about who you are and how you want to handle your experiences and your life. So we're going to see what comes on the back of this, needing to make a decision and really staying balanced. But just know that anything that feels out of balance to you when it comes to either investing your money, working with somebody else, okay, it's going to need to feel good both in your mind and with that beautiful creative spark in your intuition and your heart center. It needs to work on both. Don't let anybody pull the wool over your eyes or to lead you to somewhere, right? If it doesn't feel like it's the right direction to move in, let it be. It needs to be a balanced decision, really. That's going to make you feel grounded. It's a grounded decision. It may allow you to create more abundance, right? That's what it's feeling like to me. Well, let's look into it a bit further. This decision that you make, it may feel like now I'm able to like shine a bit more, or to really be able to rebuild my future and I understand now this is going to help me become much more abundant. It's just make sure that you're not making that decision on the fly. That's interesting. They just said that, on the fly, which means like off the cuff, in a second. It might feel right, but I wouldn't agree. I would watch out to like, you know, agreeing to it, signing it over without taking a moment to kind of sleep on it. Thank you. Or ask somebody, which we don't have that energy here, but it just feels like, wow, that card just flew. I got to get up to get it. Give me one sec. Oh my goodness. It's the same card. 10 of Swords. So we're looking at here what you can do now. It's the 10 of Swords, but it was reversed. It was laid reversed. So that's how I'm taking it. It goes here. This is the same energy. When you read playing cards, right, they're the same either way. There's no reversed cards, but they're telling you what you can do with this painful ending, or it's like maybe somebody betrayed you, or things didn't work out the way you thought with what you were trying to invest in, or what kind of friend you had, or, you know, it kind of feels very personal to me. That's why I'm saying that, which is why I'm like, I would not want to mess with you, especially with this kind of energy, because it feels like it hurt you down deep, right? That's what it feels like to me. Like it was, yeah, like it hurt your feelings. It angered you, but it really down deep, it hurt your heart. And so the advice here is this card, but it's in reverse position, which tells me you actually have the ability now to come out. I'll show you this upright. This 10 of Swords. It's a beautiful card depicted in the field. This is the field tarot. You have the opportunity now to, you know, get up off of those swords, basically to move forward and to move into new insights with this awakening. Because, you know, after the 10, the page comes with brand new insights and excitement around those insights for the future, for the rebuilding. But you've got to let it go. You've got to let this go. You got to let it be part of your past and allow you to continue to ascend instead of staying in the drama. Okay? Right? Shh. There we go. We let it go. It upsets us. Maybe there's this, like I said, it just feels like something wasn't communicated right, and it really hurt. It feels like it hurt. Painful ending. Now we let it go. Okay. Yeah, they just said, don't let that experience take your passion, take your inspiration, take this fire out of you. Like, take your knowing about who you truly are and how you can build that and not have to carry that kind of like resentment energy. The Moon upright, beautiful card for you here. This is a card of, sometimes it's a card of secrets. They're kind of giving me that word today. I don't always get that word for the moon. It's a card of intuition. It's a card of femininity. It's using the passion and the fire and then checking in with your intuition as well in order to carry you forward. And that's what I was saying about this. Like, you might not know which direction to move. The goal is to make a balanced decision or create a partnership for yourself that feels wonderfully grounded, that's going to help build this beautiful abundance. What you can do is make sure that you're checking in with your intuition. This is an invitation, they just said. It's an invitation to see what is right for you, or see through. Oh, okay. To see through. So if you're checking in, you can't let the fire, right, sort of blind you. If you're checking in, of course you're going to be able to make the right decisions. If you're allowing yourself to kind of release this really painful situation that happened and understand that you're moving through it and that you can start getting those sparks of creativity and those insights again, that magic is happening for you as we speak. As we speak, magic is happening, right? They're just like, dude, sprinkling, like, it's like, I know, I want to literally take this and be like, right? Sprinkling some magic. Okay, that's what's going on for you, group 3. So knowing that and then checking in, you're going to be able to kind of see through illusions that may be presented to you so that you can understand the inside, the truth, what's really going on here, so you can make the best decisions for you, so that wherever it is you're meant to light up, you can do that. And that's what's going to really accelerate and create a feeling of abundance in your life and allow you to sort of step into creation, is how they're saying it. Whoa, okay. Let's see what this sort of result energy is. What do we got here for a vibe if, you know, you're allowing yourself to heal from, right, war and healing. You're allowing yourself to heal from this ending, this pain, this hurt, and you're starting to trust yourself again. You're looking past the illusion. You've ascended. See, you go this ascension card, painful situation. So now I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to protect myself a bit, but I'm also going to see through the illusion. I'm not going to let that stop me from healing. The Hanged Unicorn in the reverse position. Jeez, that's beautiful. I'll show you it upright there. Love this energy for you, group 3. Because it's reversed and it's in a result position, they're warning you here. Because what they want for you, the Hangman is about taking a break and being able to see something from a totally different perspective, as you might be able to tell, right, with an upside down unicorn. It's taking a break, it's taking a pause, it's allowing yourself to go, I never saw it that way. They're telling you to make sure that you do not, they want another, they just said. We want another. So I'm going to get another. You always listen to spirit here. They're telling you, do not delay yourself by not being open to a new perspective. By holding on, you know? The world, yeah. See, some kind of a completion. This is resistance energy. They're warning you here. We're looking for a completion to happen. Something needs to end. There could be delays, okay? I just don't want you to be the one delaying, right? I feel like they're kind of warning us here. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. 6 of Pentacles twice. I was just wondering how they were going to resolve this here, and they let me pull, so I'll bring these up. You've got the Hanged Unicorn. As I said, this is a delayed energy. Things might be delayed. This might take you a bit to see a different perspective, and that's okay. Please don't beat yourself up, but they're warning you that if you resist it, because they're wanting you to see the new perspective, that's what the whole point of all of this was and is. If you can't see the new perspective, it might block you, right? They want you to see the magic in it. Again, they pointed me to that. Then we've got the World card here, which can also, let me show it to you this way. This is a completion card. So sometimes there's delays when this card is in the reverse position. But what they're telling you, really, the warning, because that's what it feels like. It's like you're lucky because you're getting warnings. You're getting warnings from the goddess of war and healing, that you're meant to see a different perspective. Please open yourself up to that, okay? Because otherwise it's going to delay the healing. It's going to delay the fire from being moved into a place of abundant expansion. The world here is, don't take any shortcuts. Sometimes you can't take shortcuts when it comes to healing, right? There is no exact way that healing is done. It's different for everybody. Don't try to rush through it. Allow yourself to start trusting yourself again and moving through the pain and igniting that creativity and inspiration within you, okay? And taking in the magic. This leads you back to this generosity energy that I really felt here with this. It's like close friends or celebration energy. You're a generous person. You need to let go and come back to generosity, back to abundance, because it circles you back. When you get the 6 of Pentacles, it's a give and a take energy. It's like, I'm going to allow my guard to be put down again, and I'm willing to share. It's a wealth card. It's an abundance card, right? And you were there, but now you've got to release, and they're warning you there. You're coming back to that energy again if you allow, group number 3. And you're going to feel so good about it. You'll be able to give and receive again with love. And like I said, generosity, it's a wealth energy. So money, okay, you may be You may not be giving money. Maybe you're investing again, okay? And you're feeling good about it. Or maybe somebody's investing in you and you are growing in a way. Your dreams begin to come true. You start seeing yourself. You make a beautiful collaboration and a decision, and it just benefits you so much, where other people get to share in that wealth as well. And you love it. It feels like that's where you sit. I don't feel like you're a selfish person. I just feel like you're a fiery person. And fire can be beautiful. And now it's time to rebuild after this loss. And so don't try to take the shortcuts. Allow your beautiful self to heal and move back into your true sort of spirit from where you came, which is like here. Or I'm showing you my talents. I'm showing you what I can create. I am inspired, and this then allows more abundance to come back into your life. You're giving from a place of abundance again, and then it allows it to come cycling back into your life. Group 3, you're a lovely human being. Yeah, it's like they don't want things getting the better of you. Use her wisdom. She's wonderful. All right, let's see what's under these magic wands, this magic wand with these cards for you here. A little more guidance. Ocean jasper, schedule yourself in. So prioritizing yourself, making time for yourself, and listening to your intuition, etc. Self-care energy with the ocean jasper. And the bloodstone, get up and get moving. So if you've been kind of procrastinating or in a lower energy, they want your blood pumping again. So any kind of exercise or any kind of movement would be good for you. The last thing they want you to do is get stagnant or stalled in. That's why you've got some really good heads up cards for you in the result position, because I think you've been through something that's been painful, but you have such a beautiful energy to you that it's like, we don't want to waste that. Spirit's like, okay, let's get this thing started again so we can start moving on and start trusting ourselves better, move through this painful experience and heal and light up our spark again, because the world needs it. People need your spark. They need your generosity. And also, this abundant energy that's coming in is just going to be reciprocated back to you. They said, as it always was and always has been. It's like you're just returning to, again, this abundant reciprocation. You may meet new people that are on this sort of elevation point now if you allow yourself to heal. Well, group 3, I'm wishing you nothing but the best through the healing process, especially because you've got this fierce, amazing goddess leading you forward, helping you shed that skin, helping you leave that behind, and sort of rebirthing you or rebuilding your life or rebuilding who you are, leveling up. If you found this reading helpful, you can please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leave me a comment below. And if you know somebody else that might find it helpful, please share it with them so that they can receive the messages that they need as well. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you'll get notified. I hope that this serves you. Thank you so much, group number 3.